that, king, you need to pay for the protection. Without us, you cannot survive for 2 weeks. These are not my words. These are Donald Trump's own words. Yes, recently you saw President of United States Donald Trump visiting Middle East countries, three countries in specific: Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and United Arab Emirates. Finished his Middle East tour and he's heading back towards America. And a lot of deals have been done. It was merely a business trip, you can say. In Middle East, the countries, they have offered a lot of investment back home in United States. I'm still not able to understand what did they get out of America in this trip. But most of these trips are pre-planned. And if you know that when President Trump came into power, he said that I'm going to get a lot of investment from the Middle East. And at that time, the Saudis, they announced the $600 billion dollar investment, which they have done, which they have committed to at least. And Donald Trump wanted 1 trillion, which is double what they pledged. And we can see that they doubled it and it's going to be like 1.2 trillion. But this is not like hard cash paid money on the spot. It's on a span of 10 to 15 years. Some of them are purchases, and I will refer towards the purchases in this video. Others are like investment back in America and investments in digital, investment in Google, investment in AI, investment in other companies back in America, not in their countries. But let's talk about the defense deals. In defense, you can say that Saudi Arabia, by large, is the biggest contributor in these deals. $142 billion. $142 billion. So that means $142,000 million, if you want to understand it more easily. And so there are some 120 C8 missiles. $3.5 billion in the deal goes to 1,000 advanced medium range air-to-air missiles for Royal Saudi Air Force. I don't know. Why the Saudi Air Force requires such a big value and quantity of air-to-air missiles. Whom they are expecting to have an air-to-air combat. Can't be Iran. I think that this is some kind of deal, some kind of thing which is becoming irrelevant after you have seen the Chinese versions and the modern warfare. So I'm not sure how the specification of 120 C8 missiles, are they new or are they like old inventory given to the Saudis? I'm not sure where they are going to use them. Air to surface, you can understand it can be used again terrorist camps and different places. But air to air, I'm not sure where they are going to use this 3.5 billion purchase. Then they have the THAAD missile, Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System. This is for 1 billion. They already have the Patriot system with them, but this is the newer one they want. Then they are also ordering a lot of warships, $11 billion for warships, 11 billion, a big amount. Maybe this is related to the Houthis and the Somalis because they want to secure the route of the Red Sea. Maybe that is why they are requiring these warships. And this is a good thing, which I think the Black Hawk helicopters, again, they are attack helicopters. I don't know with whom Saudi Arabia is in war. They are not having an insurgency in home. So you can say it's going to be used against some insurgents, and they are not in war with anyone. And at a larger scale of war, Black Hawks are irrelevant. You cannot suppose that they have a fight with, let's say, Israel. How a Black Hawk is going to be effective in that? America is going to assemble, not make, assemble 150 helicopters domestically in Saudi Arabia. That means the parts are going to come from America. Technology transfer, they are saying, but I don't think there is any technology transfer when you are making an assembly plant. Then potentially there is a C-130 transport aircraft and drones and other systems which they are going to purchase. Most of the commitment of 142 billion is not there. So what is that? So these are the budget which is being given to Americans to make air bases and military bases in Saudi Arabia, just like the Gulf War 1. So you can say that Republicans again, they have come to Middle East to reaffirm their presence over here, and because of the Ukraine settlement with Putin, in which he withdrew from Syria, and then Julani, now we can say it's Julani is also an American ally taking over Syria. So now America is enforcing their presence back into Middle East, and the owners of all this investment is on, of course, the Middle East governments. They are told to finance these bases and all these things, and this is what they are doing it. If you go to Qatar, Qatar is investing. Again, there was a pledge of $1.1 trillion in a span of 10 years, but in defense is 3 billion, and Qatar is ordering counter drone technology and the drones. So basically, they are concerned about, because Qatar is very small, by a drone attack, so they want to make a counter drone strategy in which they are seeking Americans' help, and they are going to pay for it. Most of the budget of Qatar is going to Al Udeid Air Base, the CENTCOM. So Trump wants to double it, and I think that is why he has asked for $38 billion pledge from the Qataris. We can say that in future you're going to see double presence of American soldiers in Middle East, and Qatar, Saudi Arabia and UAE are going to host them. For UAE, again, the commitment is around 1 trillion for altogether, but I don't think it's going to be like something like which is paid in a span. It is going to be something like which is paid in a span of 10 to 15 years, if it is paid. So in arms, they have a 1.4 billion agreement, and I think this is related to some drone technology. They did not disclose what is it, but this is related to the drone technology as news are coming out. Altogether, 142 billion for Saudi Arabia to pay. Qatar will pay 3 billion and UAE will pay 1.4 billion. So altogether 150 billion defense deals in Donald Trump's few days visit to the Middle East. And the other deals, they are investments which are being done in United States. I mean, it's like telling the Arabs, okay, you have a lot of money now, you have saved a lot of money now, okay, you're not in a war now. If you want not to be in a war, take this money in suitcases, come to US and invest in our economy. For America, this is a good thing. I mean, Americans should honor what Trump is doing. He's bringing in business. He's selling their products everywhere. He's putting tariffs, safeguarding the industry in America. So it is good for them, but altogether for other people, it's not a good news. Taking out your revenue. I mean, for Saudi Arabia, just think that they have this new NEOM project, and you are pledging to invest all money in America. So there's going to be some problems back home, but America is assuring them with our presence, the problems will be sorted out. So you don't need to worry. You just need to pay for the protection. As he said once, that king, you need to pay for the protection. Without us, you cannot survive for 2 weeks. These are not my words. These are Donald Trump's own words.